5 and 6. Are you tired of us asking you all the time when your day's on and what your day's off for?
Green.
I know, but
Green.
I just like texting you. The noise that makes out of it.
I don't think this is accurate. I thought we were only going to here.
You want me to cut the bottom half off?
That'd be better. I don't want to be confused.
Yeah, because you've got August, September, March.
Well, there's still a green shift. His whole shift's not leaving.
No, well, we know what his day's supposed to be when he's done.
And the bar opens over in here, right?
We're gonna be there to celebrate.
What's this thing?
Oh, that's from the last meeting.
Statistics from the sheriff's office. That's from the last meeting too. That's from the last meeting too.
All this stuff is?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Couldn't find another quote. That one will be okay, because when you were on the phone.
Yeah.
That one on Stanley Steamer, he's gotta get another quote, those are.
Gotta sign something more for you?
Oh, no, that's mine.
Huh? That's yours? How about this?
Yes, you gotta sign one. You gotta tell me what your conflicts are.
Actually, I need to do that.
I think all three of you still have it.
Well,
So the one that we did last year still good?
No,
I signed mine.
you didn't give it to me though. None of you gave it to me. I filled it out, but I don't think you gave it to me.
I did it in your office.
You did it here.
I'll just sign it. You can make up whatever you want.
No.
Don't worry, we can always add it in after the fact.
Yeah, then what'd I do with it?
Is it in your folder?
No, I cleaned it out. I filed everything on my desk at once.
Might be in your file 13 folder then.
No, I didn't throw it away. Alright, I'll look for it today. Why do you let us leave the building with important paperwork like that?
She's got a shot of this.
I got a lot of people I gotta babysit though.
Yeah, well, we're your
Including
top
myself.
priority. That's only after 4.
Morning, how are you?
Morning, John.
Morning, how are you?
Good.
Morning, John.
How you been?
Can we look at mine from last year, since I forgot anything?
Me too.
I think I only have the one that, but.
Seriously,
Yeah, I
for,
can look at it. I haven't
ACT,
seen
so
it.
I'm the one filling your generator out, so, yeah, appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Alright.
too.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
So I want to click this one, right? Annual?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You would put your business. Would you know what the- and pay the card.
Joel sure will never go to sleep next time. I don't remember getting that. I don't remember getting that.
I'll double check, but I don't think I
Wait a
got it.
minute, I didn't.
Thank you.
You up and going? Make a motion to open the Benton County Commissioners meeting at 8:15.
Second.
Mike Budrow, you have the floor, sir.
Morning.
Hey, Jacob. Good.
We met with BF&S yesterday, and that structure is there. We will get that, concrete versus steel, and then get some price on steel block or concrete block. But it'll be a lot more. We just have to look at price and,
We're talking about out there on the Siemens, on the, up there by Walpy, that.
yeah.
So you can't do a
We put a pipe back in it. We went out there yesterday and looked at it. If we do go with a pipe, they want to use them tiles, so they're not running through that pipe all the time. They just run that tile underneath the road, straight over to the ditch. The more water you got crossing that pipe, it's always running yesterday like crazy. Just gonna make that pipe last longer if we get the pipe.
I'd just soon not use the pipe there.
You wanna go back to concrete? That's what's in it now?
I think you'd be better off having a concrete structure in there.
We can.
It's just probably more expensive.
Oh yeah, a lot more expensive. It'll have to be hired out too, if we can do it. It's very important that you put the joints together correctly. So,
What's your guess on the difference between pipe and concrete and
lifespan,
then lifespan?
lifespan and money. They say steel pipe, you might get 20 years. I'd say you're gonna get more than that, because if we move that tile and get it out of there, the only thing that's gonna come across it is a watershed off the top.
Which that moves when it comes down through there.
Oh yeah.
So how would you move those tiles? You'd have to cut under the road there?
You can run that tile beside it, the pipe, if you're gonna go pipe.
Oh, I got you, yeah.
Just go back a little ways, 5-10 feet, angle it over, and just run it down along the side of it. But
Okay.
I was gonna get some prices on concrete versus steel pipe, so.
I'm just looking at it as once you do it, you're done.
Right, and you don't have to mess with it for 75 years.
Any idea how old the one is that's in there?
I'd have to go back and look.
It's on our list, it's on our 2-3 year list to be replaced.
That's already starting to fail.
Yeah.
Well, that whole south end of it, that floor that's forward and that head wall on the east side of that ditch is, which you and I stopped and looked at it that
There's
day.
a lot going on there, the tiles and stuff. He talked about moving the one pipe that's to the west of it up the road, but you can't really do that because there's 3 houses drained into that one, so there's a lot of tile going on in there. But we came up with different plans. We'll get some prices, see. And we got to hire that.
Where the pipe you guys can just do.
I think we could do it. I did get a quote on a new dump truck. This is just a regular dump truck that you always get. This is the crew cab I was talking about. I've only got one quote on one of those. Just trying to find, somebody's trying to find, we got Lynn looking and somebody else looking. So far, no luck. Other than that, been out plowing.
Yeah, it's good job on that.
And this is just the chassis. Then,
Yeah.
Then we gotta do the bed.
Mm-hmm.
The max 165,958. The other one up. Straight line. 165,958. It's from Mac.
What is the warranty on that one, John?
You call them that?
I'll tell you what the answers. Mike, do you know what the warranty is?
We like to see review certain things, otherwise, like on the back of that one, of the freight line, I'm gonna give you a list, and you can buy, purchase that stuff.
So let's
Like
do it.
another $6,000.
Do they have the,
Normally, you don't buy extra warranty for them.
So let's just listen to it twice here. That, this doesn't come with it then.
Mm-mm.
Gotcha.
your saving tree?
So, on the Freightliner, it's 151,000.
Even
Yep. What was it?
165, 158.
Well, if we add,
So we're 14,000, 15,000 difference.
and you say you don't usually get the extended warranty.
Which one's got the extended warranty?
Well, I think he's got
This
some,
is
I haven't
what-
found that yet.
You would add that to it.
Okay.
If you purchase that,
I feel like
you normally we don't. Look at $900 and you gotta go back, after you. Mac, you're taking,
Now what
back once.
I've learned recently on the Freightliner on their extended warranty, they haven't been honoring it.
Freightliner, we did just take it back at a recall. Other than that, we haven't got to use it a lot because we wait for the sander. If we had a sander, we've been using it.
So we'll still have to get a box and a plow mount. We'll have to get a plow mount.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this can't be right, but it says base warranty is 90 days or 5,000 miles. And then the engine's got a 24-month, 250,000. Does that sound right? They're only, wow.
So there's mine, 5 minute, 5 mile.
Normally I'd say I'm in favor of the Mac because the Freightliners, they're just, it's a cheap truck.
Was that one cheaper?
No, that was 15,000 more, but it's, when you get ready to sell it, I think you're gonna get a hell of a lot more, but you guys don't normally sell them, you run them till they're dead, but.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thoughts, Mike?
Happy with either one, really, we got them both, so. Mac, we had a couple of problems with the turbo on one, that was new trucks. I'm happy with that, but the other truck, we never had a bit of problem, so we got to do it at the same time with that year. But other than that, we're about the same trucks, really. Problem wise,
Frames, all of that, which I don't know, do you get double frames or do you?
double frame.
You do need that.
So they got the Allisons back in these and those up from that. What's those up?
That's the M drive.
That's that end drive that you and I are talking about.
To add Allison to that, it'll be another 15 grand.
Wow.
So is the Mac, you don't like the transmission or?
I like it. Jeff's in that new Mac, you don't like it, but it's just different than the Allison. It shifts different. I think it's still a good training.
But you not had any problems with it?
But for Mac to purchase that Allison, it's hard to make 15 grand. They can do it in-house because it's all Mac. A lot cheaper.
So where do you have to service the Freightliner? Is it back at the Stoops in Indy or is there something else?
Lafayette.
There is one in Lafayette?
Oh, yeah.
So that's actually closer than the Mac.
That's Mac, you're gonna have to go to what, Frankfurt?
Frankfurt.
Yeah, Stoops built a huge place in Lafayette,
Where is it?
right there by the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I've seen it.
Huge facility.
So as far as like the interiors, the dashes, switches, stuff like that,
Almost the same.
are they? I don't know, I've always just been, I've never been a fan of Freightliner, but that's probably back to what you like.
I like saving 15 grand.
Yeah.
What's a bed cost?
I think the last one we had, you don't quote me on that, around 40, because you're buying the bed, pile, part of it, and of course you may have $5. And up front,
So we're at 200 when we're all done. Guess it's a Freightliner one.
We got price somewhere else this time too on those.
yeah,
Beds.
yeah,
Who else does it? Do they do it down there at Linden?
road. But
That's where we're at now, right?
But Linden does it, there, we got 2 or 3 people we're gonna reach out to.
Okay. And after this last deal,
Do we have it yet?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got to use it this last snow.
How many horses was the Freightliner? What motor is that?
On, Freightliner, Detroit.
Detroit to Dallas.
I think they're roughly the same.
No, 410, there it is.
395 was the neck.
You really haven't said it 70?
Yeah, but we usually tell them, yeah,
Yeah.
because they can set the parameters before it gets shipped. So, yeah, we don't need to go above. I think, new Freightliner is right around 65. Hang on, we're gonna get on either side.
I don't know, dollars wise, it's really not a question. It is.
Guess it gets back to whether you think that there's value in the Mac.
I mean, like you said, we're gonna run it till,
Yeah. When we sell something, it's basically worthless.
So I don't know, how many of them do you have now that have got DEF in them?
Should be all of them.
Or all of them?
we still have 3
Well, the
four
old
old
ones.
Sterlings
Yeah.
that don't run deaf. Other than that, everything does deaf.
That's what I think's gonna end up getting us at where we are, we need to get rid of it, cause it's sitting at the shop longer than it is in service. But that'll be the same for both of them.
Next year, it'll all change. We're changing the whole year.
Are they gonna get rid of? I
Oh,
mean,
no, no, it's gonna get worse.
really?
You're gonna pay us $3,000-4,000 per truck next year because of this new debt.
I thought they were getting rid of it.
Not what they're telling me.
What's the new death? I haven't heard that.
It's some kind of new thing that they gotta implement on it.
That's the only thing I would say that scares me about anything new anymore, because I know what the Mac costs when they.
Knock on wood, we've only had one death problem with the truck.
I mean, percentage wise, even for you guys out there in Deere, the number of calls that you guys get for service on DEF is probably a huge percentage of service calls, isn't it?
Not as much as you'd think.
I think it was the dozer on one of the older Freightliners that's the only one we've had that problem. So,
Good deal. You're lucky.
A lot of what we ran into is a customer shutting it off so it wouldn't run through its regen.
Oh, really?
Then you gotta go out and hook to it and do a part
It's
regen.
not like they don't give you alarms that scream at you on that one.
No, blinking flash. So
I know which one it is.
You know what, yeah. The silage choppers, we went through depth header issues for a while on some of the Hagee sprayers, but after they got that straightened out, it's not been terrible.
A couple of the graders, we have had them problems. They do a different deal with it. When you shut it off, it pumps it back to the tank, so there's different pumps. We've had problems with those, a couple of different.
Ours do that too, to empty the system.
Oh, is that what it is, that noise?
Yeah, you gotta leave the dead man on for a little bit until it gets everything pumped out of the system back into the tank.
The trucks, everything we use is off the one bulk tank, we don't put pouring jugs, nothing, you know.
So they're not contaminating anything,
Yeah.
which is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. We're buying cheap, yeah.
I'm gonna kinda defer to you. I mean, I don't mind spending the extra for the Mac just because I think it's gonna be worth more, but if you think that you're gonna get just same thing out of the Freightliner,
I save the money too, so.
Well, the
we'll
other
find a
thing
place
is,
for
we're
it.
looking at going to that 6500 truck too also this year if we can get enough quotes. Save money on that one and put that towards that 6500.
And then that's gonna be, we're gonna have a plow on that,
Yeah,
where
that's
maybe
it.
we can park a grader instead of running a grader and use that.
Well, and doing all the unincorporated towns and out to school and all that, where it's, you can get in and out a lot easier.
That makes sense. I just hate seeing a $500,700,000 piece of equipment running if it's not really being needed. Which I understand you gotta have a plow, but,
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that, to me, that's what would make that worth it.
We just planned on using it for other things,
It's got multi-use on it. Yeah.
just 4-door trucks, you can put 4 guys in, you don't have to pick up all somebody out patching. You can pour a patcher, you can do a lot of things, chipper.
Chipping all.
Yeah. Right now, everybody's in a grader just because that's what they have to use.
I'm just saying that for, when you're looking at a $200,000 truck,
Yeah.
$600,000-700,000 grader, every hour on that grader is incredibly expensive. If it's doing something that a smaller truck could do.
Could do.
But we only have so much stuff, but I just think that's something that you always gotta keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you guys.
I'm gonna vote for the Freightliner.
If that's what you want.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. We have a motion to purchase the Freightliner.
On that blue page, the page is marked blue, right on the bottom of it, that you acceptable. That way, I can send it to you. And I will have them show it off.
Okay.
What's the time frame on getting it?
He didn't really say if you can get it into the second quarter. You have tomorrow, when it's in order.
And so where will that money come from? Will that come out of our side or is that in your budget? You've already got a budget?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We should have enough to get 2 trucks for today's on next week. And sell a couple. If we get that group out, we just get rid of 0 that the first tip from the kind of foul. And start putting that one down next time.
Yeah. I don't know, you guys been knocking it out of the park?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, have a great day.
You too.
Hey, Mike.
Yep. Somebody-
Sheriff?
Is an ear. Oh, crap.
Morning.
John?
Short list. We'll go through the sort of site documents. The easy one is the quote for the annual work. That would be the one that would total 3976.68. What I'd like to do with that is take the fire can out of here and get a hold of the guy you gave me the number for and see if we can do that locally. There'll be 14 fire extinguishers.
Oh, a good one?
Yeah, so what I'd like to do is remove that from this quote and then have them send me back the other one minus the cost for that. The other things are the things we do every year that we have to do for our fire inspections, our annual systems check, our annual sprinkler system, that's part of that cleaning where we got written up for the corrosion on it. The backflow, we have to do that annually. And then the kitchen fire suppression semi-annually. So those are the things that I'd like to go with them to do. I'll get them to re-quote that and I'll get them to take out the fire extinguisher part of that, portable extinguishers, and get a good one to
Yeah,
put that.
get with Kevin, he's,
And, cause that's, I'll do that annually. So that'll cut that down. So if you guys are cool with that part, I'll go get this redone and get Kevin down here.
so what's the total dollars gonna be then, John, so that can put it down?
So with this quote, it was 3976, but that'll be reduced if I go with Kevin. They'll take whatever they were charging for the extinguishers out of there. So I'll get those two quotes and bring it back and send it to you guys, and we'll do that again. That was the easy one.
Okay.
The other one is one that gives me the heartburn. That is the.
Yeah, I don't even know how that's feasible, I don't
Yeah.
understand where.
So the $1,700 was better than the last time I had them quote shut the system down, drain the water, unscrew the sprinkler head, put a cap back on.
Well, that's what we were talking about that last time you told me, you were talking like what, 16, 17, 20, somewhere around the $2,000 range, and
Yeah.
then I read that yesterday and.
Yep,
fell out of
so
the chair.
so I don't know the rules on, do you have to
You're the
have?
law, you're supposed to know the rules.
This is what
That
your
means
attorney
there's
said.
gray area.
And
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm telling, yeah, this has got to do with fire stuff, man. I run towards bullet, I run
Well,
away from red
you
stuff.
put the wet stuff on the hot stuff, you just make it not hot anymore.
But the other thing that I have seen done in my lifetime doing this is they have created sheet metal rain covers for those things. So if that sprinkler system would go off in there, all of the electronics would be shielded from the water. Now, coming down, right? Doesn't mean it's not gonna get a little wet, but, man, I gotta believe that if we went to some,
Can that stuff, can it deal with like a powder system, you know, like in your big restaurants and a lot of where they have the big 35 or 40 pound units?
The Ansel.
Yeah, so the fire will release the pin,
so what's the judge got upstairs in his seat? He's got something that looks like a torpedo,
that's probably what that is.
cause that's.
Which you can talk to Kevin about those too,
Okay. All right.
and ask him, why don't you get some information from him and have him come down and look at it, because that's just,
Yeah, that was,
I'd like to physically go look at that room, and maybe we can come up with some sort of idea, cause yeah, that's,
yeah, well, like I said, you could bend a lot of sheet metal
yeah.
and put the rain caps over those frames. And,
just for no bigger than that room, they just.
right, so that was my question, so it's unoccupied, right?
Right,
So I
it
don't
is.
know what the rule is when it comes to,
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff got removed once you came into office, all that stuff that was stored in there all got taken out. And I think Matt and a lot of the guys spent time cleaning and.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to look at it so I can see exactly what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
absolutely. It is no bigger than what we're in right here.
Right,
And what is in there?
all the servers.
All the servers, all the radio.
Just up at their,
Stuff that-
it'll be cheaper to put them in cabinets or something, maybe.
Yeah, well, they are in cabinets, but obviously it's all ventilated and.
Yeah, at the end, they're where they're supposed to be. It's just getting this part figured out.
Yeah.
But there's gotta be a better
Just
answer.
how to keep the rain off of it. If one of those things went off, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's great. I didn't think I wasn't interested in that anyway. I gave you guys, some copies of
Yeah.
the animal complaints. So I just went in, I also gave you all the data behind it. So, all of this is, these are the calls the Benton County Sheriff's Office took. This doesn't count what the towns ran on themselves. Want to be fair to Fowler, because in 2025, we took a lot of their calls because they were short officers while their guys were going to the academy and when they were running short. So we had more calls there. But in that 3-year total, we took 448 animal complaints. Now, that's everything from cattle to dogs to
Yeah, that
snakes.
was a bunch of those.
To,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so that's
Maybe.
the reason we got that down.
maybe not. You can dig in the data and look at the addresses.
Uh-huh.
So that is what it is. Dog bite wise for the last 3 years, those are actual dog bite cases that we took in the towns and then out of the county. So
So 22,
from 23 to 25, 3 years.
but yeah, the total. of-
Yeah, 22, yes, sir.
That's
Yeah.
not bad, is it?
Nope. Not for 3 years, not spread out. So I mean, there were 3 in Boswell, 6 in Fowler, 4 in Audubon, 7 in Oxford, 1 in Ambia, and for whatever reason, we took 1 in an address on Indiana Street in Remington. So that's not bad at all. And again, I think if I actually went in and looked through all 448 calls and begin to break it out, well, this was for cows, this is for dog, this is for a snake in the lady's house, this is for, it would make more sense, but the vast majority of them were dog calls. And so, had an interesting call on Friday in Oxford with a deceased individual with a pit bull between me and her. And we ended up, I was talking to Aaron May, he was off duty, he called me from West Lafayette. They've been working with a company called Paws Claws out of Attica, I think, area. And she is now up and running with her own kennel. And so Oxford is currently working with them on trying to come up with a contract. This is what she's given them. This is somebody that will now come out during the day or after hours, weekends, holidays, and will take care of these. So again, the vast majority of the calls that we handle are usually in towns or in other areas when there's not a law enforcement component on for that town. But what I have suggested to her is that she come to this meeting and go to each one of the town boards, because what I'd like to do is come up with an ordinance, number one, covers these fees if we actually have a call in the county. The fees are just passed along, right? But if we get called, like we did Friday in Oxford because they didn't have a law enforcement component, then, and we have to remove a dog or we do whatever, that bill goes to the town of Oxford. It doesn't, just because we go do the work, doesn't mean we should pay the bill.
Yeah, 'cause this $670 is the minimum for a dog.
But, yeah, and that's if they keep the dog in house, I think, and I told her that would be where she'd come here. I think what she does is $120 an hour to come pick them up.
Yeah, for the minimum.
And then, they will, if it's returned that day, the owner can come and pay the bill, pay the fee.
But the Oxford's already doing this, so I mean,
Oxford is in a conversation with them about this.
I think it'd be a lot better if the town did it on their own, but
No, I agree, and I'm looking at it from, I'd like to see Boswell, Oxford, Audubon, Fowler.
But then they can just say no, and then it's back on you, right? Or if they're not
Well,
interested.
And again, this is where you guys have some control, right? I mean, if we go in and do the work like we did Friday, and they don't have a, contract with this lady, so that she can send them the bill for $145, then that's something that you guys can have a conversation, and maybe it's built into an ordinance or something like that, that says it gets passed along back to the town or the, board of that particular town. Because again, I mean, we don't mind going in and doing the work, but at the end of the day, we've got to have something to do with the dog. And a lot of times, all we do, we chase it off, or in particularly this whole case over here in fact, just north of Fowler, Braden had to end up shooting it because it was vicious and came at him.
Train
So-
station.
Mike helped us out. But I'm just putting this on your radar. I want to give you some data. I want to give you what she's talking to Oxford about. I passed this along to Jason Fisher for Fowler purposes. I was just showing Ron back here for Ottawa. What I'd like to do is go to the town board meetings and just present them with the numbers that I'm presenting to you guys. Give them this document and say, I'm really encourage you guys to, meet with her and come up with a contract for each town. Now, when it comes to Ambia or Earl Park or others, I mean, obviously, they don't have a police presence, right? So, that might be working with their town boards through you guys to figure out how to do that. But then we have, the Wadinas of the world where we're gonna absorb that cost. But for us, I'm gonna go back in and look at our calls. I'm gonna go find out what was cows, what was dogs, what was cats, what was snakes, what was bats, to give you a harder number. But this is just what I was able to do yesterday, after I looked through all 448 calls, figure out who it belonged to. And you'll see some of them in there, even though it said Fowler, I went and corrected that because it's actually a county address. So I want to be fair to everybody, and fair to Eric Fowler, because they were short cops and we took a lot of calls from in the town last year. So anyway, again, nothing but food or thought while I do a little more digging, but I am going to invite her to the next commissioner's meeting, have a conversation about what it would look like for us when we're out on 600 East, with a dog that somebody's dumped.
Well, this could potentially get expensive real quick, says no discount for litters of multiple animals, so.
And that's why I think that part of this is you pass it along to the owner through an ordinance. It will, people may begin to want to make sure that their gates closed on their backyard fence and that their dog's properly tied up and chained, or they don't just let the dog out the door to go to the bathroom and it disappears to the other side of the town. I might start that. So anyway, I want to give that stuff to you guys. Maybe so you need it there, just info, and I'm gonna get her up here at the next commissioners meeting, and if you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna try to get around to the town board meetings and share that information with them. And again, that's only what, they're all, when you look at the case numbers, they're all our case numbers, or county numbers, they're not, none of these are from the town. Good news, we got 2 corrections officers hired, they're doing fantastic. Ronald Jenkins out of Oxford, and Matthew Taylor out of Attica. They're doing very, very well. And then the last thing is just, again, food for thought. We had a company come into the county that was, I don't know, you know how solicitors are when they just start pounding on people's door. And we had 2 suspicious vehicle calls and 2, I don't know, unruly subject calls, what do you want to call them? But they just go up to, they're looking at, right now they're out in the farming community, and they're going up to your mom and dad's, my mom and dad's house, and pounding on their door and trying to sell them cancer insurance. So I started looking around, and I talked a little bit to Beth, and I'm gonna gather some data. I've only got 1 so far, but I'm gonna see what the other counties have as far as solicitation ordinances.
Don't we have a solicitation?
For the county, towns do, but not county.
So is this somebody that comes by, cause I have people that come to me every year.
I got a list of 9 of them now. There's 9 of them, and it will be in the county here for another week. And they're going door to door in the county, knocking on doors and trying to convince you to buy cancer insurance.
Well, the date, I'll just make, cause I dealt with it in Earl Park and we put an ordinance in place up there, but in the day and age we're in with what's going on, I think they should be registered so we know exactly who we're dealing with, and the ones that don't come in and register is the ones that needs to.
Right, well, we can escort
Exit
them to the other
line.
line.
Yep.
So if you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna continue to gather some additional ordinances that Zarni County has. I'll write it up, send it to these 2 guys, gals, guy and gal, and hopefully get something to come back to you guys. And you can read that they go, she says, yep, that looks good, and he says, yep, that looks good. And it allows me to actually go out and do something when we get these complaints. So that's just an FYI. If you guys are good with that, I'll move forward with that.
You have my vote on it, cause we had an incident up there where a window company, there's an 87-year-old lady, and they're just walking around her house looking in the windows and measuring, and she's scared to death, and next thing you know, phone's ringing. Get down there, I was like, no, this isn't happening anymore.
And we're just thinking that the ordinance, if they have to come register, that's just gonna move them on to the next county.
They come to, they'll have to come to Beth's office, they'll have to file for a permit to solicit in the county. And then that way we have a record of who it is, and if something happens, then that gives.
What kind of fee is for the permit?
Come to the sheriff's office.
They go, oh, well,
Yeah.
in Earl Park, they had to come to the.
Yeah, they
clerk's
come to me,
office.
so I've got a
That's
couple
fine.
of different, they would have to fill it out. It's the individual who's in charge of the group, including contact information, address, all that stuff. And then I get a list of the people, their names, I get a copy of their driver's license, I get a make, model, and license plate of their vehicle. And they have to fill that form out, all that, and then I make copies of the driver's license, and all that goes into the solicitor's file, and then they get approved. And then what I would do is I would just turn around and put that information out to the community, and say, hey, there's a company out there, and they're selling windows, and just know that they came to the sheriff's office, but feel free to tell them to leave, and if they don't, give us a call.
Or maybe put that on your site too.
But, yeah,
Yep,
So what's the permit cost to have them do that though?
up to you guys.
Man, I don't wanna discourage business.
no, that's not where I'm going about that, I'm not saying it's gotta be 50, I mean, whatever for paperwork.
We just wanna know
$5,
that they're
$10
here.
or whatever.
Right.
I'm not discouraging business, it's just the fact of that way you know who's coming in out of your county, and if there's an issue with as widespread as what we are, then you have the information to go back on.
Yeah, as long as it's not a huge fee, then it's not really detrimental
No.
to the honest people that.
Right.
And these folks are out of Indianapolis, so.
I've seen this before in criminal defense work where it's not all, but some of these companies will hire felons to go and do this stuff, and so they'll make them register because there have been incidents where people have had their homes broken into or whatever, so.
Just protect the community, all it is. And then the last little thing I have is on our sheriff's web, we just added a new scams thing. So you go to the bottom left-hand corner, little button there, and if you hit it, it opens up, and there's a place where if I get a complaint about a scam, I can put that information in there, and it'll go out to the community. You can report a scam. There's some local resources and some videos that talk about the different kinds of scams that are going on right now. And then there's common frauds and scam, a whole list of them. I think there's probably 15 of them, anywhere from health fraud to phone scams, ransomware, sextortion, skimming, spoofing, phishing, all that. That people can go here and so they think that they might be being scammed. Here's another resource for them on our, coming through the sheriff's office.
Okay.
That's it.
I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you in 2 weeks.
Sit down.
I'll be around all day.
When we get done, I'll come over there and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Phil, I mean, well, you've probably been in there.
Yeah, but I mean, I can
Yeah,
come back.
come on over.
again,
Come see us.
so. You're just gonna take me back to where the cells are
You
again.
won't.
Yeah, we're just visiting.
There's one more door you gotta make
Yeah.
before you get there, Phil. You're
Yeah.
safe.
Are you set up? Did you get with Beth on those dates? What you and I talked about?
Yep, all good on.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, they're only doing 2 of them. So.
Okay,
Thank you
alright,
guys.
thanks. Have a good day. Austin. They're gonna do another training out at the the county home for the state police. Mr. Fisher?
Not a whole lot, if I was able to tell you that Friday, one of my ambulance was in a collision. It's
My station didn't get to run to it.
you didn't, man, were you on duty?
Yeah.
You could've seen the
I
mess.
know.
Where you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
What's that?
So what happened?
We were transporting a patient emergent, to Lafayette, and, two vehicles met at the intersection. Based off the police report, and what we've seen video wise, we slowed down, cleared the intersection, and, there was a collision at the east end of the intersection with another vehicle, so. The police report currently listed as failure to yield to an emergency, or failure to yield, so. Blake's handling the claim.
He called yesterday.
Yeah. They have progressive insurance, and so I think we're gonna start everything on our side and let the insurance companies fight that out.
So was there much damage? I mean, looking at the picture, just looking at the front.
Yeah, that's a double-edged sword with an ambulance. Ironically, that's the third accident in probably 6 years that truck has been in. The first time it was hit by a driver that ran through the stoplight at Skylar in the Parkway, and then it was remounted. We kept the box, put it on a new chassis. Then it was hit again. And then this is the third time, so it wasn't a fronting collision, it was right front. And so I think it's cursed. And so the process is to send it to Crossroads to get it evaluated to see. With an ambulance, they'll have to evaluate the box, make sure it's not damaged, it's not been tweaked in any way. They did hit the box a little bit.
Was it a pretty low speed?
Yeah, luckily it was low speed. Everybody was treated. 2 of our crew members were treated at the hospital and released. So luckily,
And our patient did all right, made it?
a patient made it to the hospital with Keys assistance. We called for assistance. So the big thing right now
Thankfully,
is
nothing happened to him in the accident. It's
Yeah.
still from the original transport. So.
the thing right now. The cab, I think, has definitely been twisted because we were hit on the passenger side. The driver's side door doesn't shut correctly. So that'll be the big part. And so we'll get an evaluation, get all the information from Blake and get it to you guys.
What year is the chassis?
I honestly don't remember. It's
2020, wasn't
Yeah, I think it's technically going on 4 years old, so 2022.
it? Okay, I thought he said 20 when I was on the phone.
So yeah, we'll see what they end up with in the evaluation. The thing that really will get us is the cot and the power load system. They have to send it to Stryker for attestation, and they'll take the information and tell us whether or not it can be reused based on the hit. So that's what will drive part of that cost or loss, is them saying that it can or can't be used, so we'll see. So, but I do think the box is first, so we'll drive it to the center. So yeah, I'll keep you updated as that folds out, see what happens. So, our other truck is a little bit behind, mostly because of material issues, I think, but it's still, that we could still get it in the second quarter, but it might stretch into July, so nothing on our end is delaying. It's all materials and getting everything that they needed to build it, so because of all those tariff issues and backlog of things that were coming, so not the way to start January, or not the way to start 26, so. But everybody's okay, and
That's the main thing.
I'll hand this to you guys. Our current gator is obviously getting some time on it and use on it. One of the things over time we've looked at, and I've talked to cast down in the past, is adding a cab to it and setting up some of the different options to be able to make it more usable. And so in discussions, especially with Darren doing more of the snow, we got this quote set up with trade-in of ours, which is essentially in the past what we ended up paying for it, but that's set up with a new plow. And then based off the snow we've had this year, that allows the operator to be inside the cab and be able to use a vehicle and not be exposed and plow snow around our building and the courthouse. And so that's the quote that they gave us to trade in to purchase that. And all the pages are in the right order in my copier.
And will this come out of your budget?
I don't have anything capital wise that's that big budget wise, so I don't know if there's funding for courthouse
Beth has,
maintenance.
she's got a place for it.
And so, I guess the reasons for usage are multiple. Obviously, we use it for all the events the county has. It's loaned out or used by our staff, fall festival, the rodeo, the patch days, the fair, and then it is capable of holding the skid unit that we use for fire season until fires do hit and the fire department does need it. It's set up to be able to do fire suppression. When that season isn't in use, we can take it out and let Aaron use it for, he can come grab it at any point. Use it for picking up debris, sticks, I think was the last time. He wanted to borrow the one we've got, which is never been it's close. And then obviously snow removal. The plow that we have on the current one, we've had to repair, I think, 3 times. Keep breaking the welds, keep breaking them up. It's been well used. So having a better plow, we could probably do a little bit more snow wise around the courthouse. Whereas the county highway guys can't get, so I think that would be a big advantage to that. But that would bring it to you.
I thought I saw a different number. So we're looking at 19,000.
Yeah, which was 4,000 cheaper than the original quote. You're basically getting back what they paid for that one when they bought it.
Yeah, that was the nice thing, is the trade-in was exactly what we paid for it in 2000.
The original one was higher. They got brought down by $4 grand.
So, really just a equipment update more than anything, I guess. It does improve things for Darren to use it if he uses for snow, like I know they ran into some issues with the sidewalk and the snow. County highway can't really drive up on it easily, so I know that's a challenge in itself. So, bring that to you guys. See what your thoughts are.
So that your current machine doesn't have heat, is that what it says?
Doesn't have a cap on it.
Yeah.
Does this one got air too then?
Yep.
It's fully climate control.
Any grants for it?
I wish. They haven't heard on the federal grants yet, even they're dragging their feet there, so.
So when we're talking about the money, they say that you got it, where would we be pulling it from?
To do the money.
guess we also use it at the annex, clean around the doors where the county have can't get.
They clean the sally port and stuff too for the sheriff.
So, that's all I've got. I guess.
How many hours are on the old one? I mean, does it get used a lot? Or-
Yeah, I would say it's, over time, it's definitely been increasingly used because now all the towns, the Benson, know they have it, and so it's used for all those, obviously during the, now, it's being used, not every day, but every 2 or 3 days at least, after every snow, and then we've got a salt spreader on the back of it, so if you get a little bit of snow, we're taking care of the clinic side too, so we salt everything in the parking lot, so nobody falls. That's probably one of the other nice things is we're able to keep that lot clear on the north side of the building. So just up against the building and for access, but county highway doesn't have anybody to salt everything, we can with that, so we got the salt spreader. Just follow the flow like we did, so that way we would have it. And then some of that's because the clinic has a lot higher traffic than it used to. But 3 years ago, it wasn't as used, but now it's always busy, so. So the EMS staff takes care of that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if we're gonna use it to keep people safe, I don't wanna say no, but
You say that's what we paid for the 18, so.
Pretty much, you'll get your money back out of it.
okay, I'll make a motion to do it.
Second.
okay. You don't want me to sign one of those, whoever they want to sign. On the EMS staffing, the full staff, for about a week. And the person that we offered a job to decided to go elsewhere. Now we're down one. Back to the drum. So we have one enrolled in medic class and another one enrolled and 4 taking advanced EMT, so we're still moving in the right direction, this is not all in the right direction that we wanted to. So. That's all I have. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
How you doing?
Good.
Jim,
Yes.
you guys can both come up if you want to.
I'm just here to
Okay.
moral support.
Well, the good thing is I'm not asking for money.
You like it already?
So, it's about that house on 400 North there, it's been there, and it's 9 years since it burned.
Yeah.
And I know all kinds of rumors, and I know the insurance, and they're just fighting over it, but I don't know why we can't knock it down. They got pictures, they got whatever else they need, I'm sure, so. And I'm afraid if we board it up, I talked to Matt Hall about it, and he said, I told him probably another 3 to 5 years before anything happens, and he kind of chuckled at me, but, he said it is condemned. And it's a magnet for, they've been in my shed 3-4 times. I made a couple police reports, nothing worth filing an insurance claim, but batteries out of the tractors, little refrigerator I had in there. I just don't know what the holdup is on that. Why we can't just demolish it.
I agree, boarding it up's not gonna do anything, it's a waste of time and money.
Yeah,
Well, it's not like it's gonna get rebuilt.
No.
oh, no.
So what is the holdup? I mean, if it's condemned,
Well, first they had to go through the arson investigation. I was involved with the fire that day. Our department was there as well, and after doing salvage and overhaul, then it ended up with the state, because of the arson side of it. Well, then they ended up back in Chicago or something.
That's what I heard.
And
And
so
then he died, I think.
he passed away, so then it ended up with her, and then it's just been attorneys chasing it ever since.
so they never got paid for the house? I mean, was it arson?
I believe it was determined arson, yeah.
Everybody I talked to that was involved with it said it was.
Yeah.
Rumors, but
And was that from the owner or from somebody else?
State fire marshal,
No, I mean, but they're
The
saying the owner did it?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
and there was graffiti written inside the house. I talked to the deputy and he said there's graffiti written inside the house. Which
It was all there.
why was it not put on the outside?
The trail was all there, everything was there.
Who is the owner? Or is the owner?
Wellington, somebody.
Yeah, it's been so long, I can't remember the name.
He claimed prejudice and everything else, and, according, like I said, this was the deputy.
Where's Jacob go?
The owner.
I
I mean, I don't know what we can
I
do.
guess we need to know the legal side of it. I mean, and that, and then who it falls on, who's gotta pay to get it torn down, and so on and so forth.
So you just own the farm around it and the
Yeah.
building in the back?
Yes,
Yeah,
And then do you share that driveway?
no,
Or you got your own?
yeah, there's and I mean, we'd be interested in purchasing it, because somebody needs to do something to, and somebody was there yesterday or the day before, I don't know. I can see where they pulled up in the snow, they could have been mad, I don't know. And I told them I don't want, people, if they are gonna board it up, they're gonna have to clear the driveway to the house and get in there themselves and all that, but, and it, I mean, you can see the garage doors open, the garage doors closed, there was stuff in that back garage, they cut the rail, because there was a lock on, so they just cut the rail so they could get the door, and there's people in there, and out of there quite often, I think. And it's, and like I told the sheriff, if it's gonna be a drug trade place or whatever, it's abandoned, and you pull in the back there, nobody ever sees.
Yeah, I mean, we already got, we're trying to get rid of one on east of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
supposed
still
to be.
can't get over they stole your beer fridge.
No, it's just water.
His wife's back there.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
Road
she's
code,
here.
Yeah. And then I had those light bulbs that fold down, they're like
Yeah.
$3.99, $4.99.
Took those two,
12 feet up in the air.
they got them
I
out.
don't know how they got them. I stood on the tractor trying to get one, and I couldn't reach it, so either they were 7 feet tall, I don't know, but it's just, I mean, they've got to have evidence, photos and all the other stuff, so I don't know why we just couldn't.
You don't have cameras or anything up out there then?
There's no Wi-Fi or anything. I was gonna put one up in a trail cam or whatever, but
We're probably gonna have to get with Brooke on this one, isn't it, because it's through the zoning side of it, to see what legal.
We gotta do something different on our end of this.
yeah, and
We
then,
have no teeth to do anything.
yeah. And then the church has been empty since 2006 at least, since I've been down here.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna fall in one of these days. It's
So I
supposedly
think
sold.
didn't they, Roman bought that? I don't know
Yeah,
what he's gonna do
he
with
cleaned
it.
it up, boarded it up and everything, but I don't know, I've not heard
Did
any
she get the
more.
bell out?
Yeah, the bell's out.
He's holding that hostage.
He is.
Yeah, cause she won't sign the papers. He bought it and she won't sign the papers for some reason. She's dragging her feet, so he got the bell out. He says, I'm holding the hostage. If she wants it, she can.
She'll just sign the papers, I read the contract.
Oh, well, maybe she did now, but
No, I mean, she should, I
Oh.
read the contract that she put for him to
Oh.
be able to get that, it was, yeah.
yeah, so just,
So Brooks, who we have to go through, not Jacob?
Well, yeah, because it's on the zoning
Yeah.
side of it, we're gonna have to go through Brooke.
Can you make it to that next, plan meeting?
13th, yeah, when you guys, the BZA meeting,
Yeah.
I suppose I can.
We wanna help, Jim, which we
Oh.
just gotta make
I
sure.
don't blame you.
We can't, I don't know what they've got going on, if they're still, or if it's just laying on the desk, or if they're doing anything without, but, I mean, I want it cleaned up too, I do,
Yeah.
it's been a nice eyesore for years and it needs to go.
So she's still paying her taxes on it? She's up to date on that?
Yeah, so we checked. She said, I still pay
Yeah, cause
taxes.
that would make life a lot easier.
Yeah. I would think, I think she'd just let you have it. You'd assume tearing it down or something.
Yeah, so I figured it's gonna be 25, 30,000 tear down probably.
Sean and I'll do it cheaper than that.
All right.
I can get you started.
Every good fireman has a lighter on
But
him.
yeah. And accelerate.
So that's my thing, I just wanna bring to everybody's attention, I know you guys know about it.
No,
it's
but yeah, but we do wanna help, don't think we don't, so let's move forward with, if you can be at the meeting on the 13th
Okay,
and have Brooks see where we gotta go.
okay, I gotta check.
Did you
my
just put it in your
social
calendar, did you?
secretary.
Yeah.
My social secretary.
I understand that.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here.
yeah.
But if you're okay with that, then,
I mean, it's been this long, I can wait another 2 weeks, so.
yeah. So we do wanna help, we just need to, it's gotta be
Figure out how we can do it.
on, yeah.
But we're on the same
up
side
and
as
up.
you if it needs to be cleaned up. I've always wondered why in the heck it was still sitting there.
It's been all tied up in this all this time.
I mean, you think she would just run from because she's paying taxes on
Yeah, and
for nothing.
if the insurance company offers anything, take it and run, you know, just, I don't know what, she must have a mortgage on, I don't know, but, I don't know anything, so, I don't know legalities, but hey.
Right,
So, all right, I appreciate your, attention to that,
All right.
guys.
thank you.
All right,
You guys have a great day.
I believe his last name was Williams, it was Remington Williams.
There you go,
Yes.
that's
I
it.
used to deliver fuel to him.
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
that
He
was
was
it.
pretty slick. I don't
Yeah,
know what he was doing, but he was pretty slick.
Well, I thought.
You got stories.
Conversation with the
talk
deputies
later.
and stuff, yeah.
yeah, he passed, and he was probably he was probably in his 40s when we were out there, when the fire.
Alright.
Okay, Rita
And Julie.
and Julie, good morning.
Morning.
I'm gonna let, I'll have the little, because you're talking more than I am.
So that means
They're
she just
probably
dumped
right
us
now.
on you.
I know, right?
Is that what just happened?
Because they're
That's
just
what I
thinking,
thought.
thank God, right now. That's for you. My fingerprints and stuff. I have my PIV card, and I learned Friday, I get my training Friday on that, for my job. PIV card, get into another system so I can do more. Not like I'm not busy enough. But, this one for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first off, I want to introduce the Veteran Council President. We got it moving, we got it going. This is Julie Newell, for those of you that do not know her. We want to move forward on new cases in the atrium there, where the veterans, World War I, II, and all that, and they got Korea, and except there's not enough room there for that. And we want to put also everybody that was in Desert Storm and all that. The president in the boat can go above the door, and then we got that whole wall over there at that school. We're gonna try to get 3 people to bid on it. 3 different people to bid on it to make the case, because of course we don't have one. We'll post on social media and get something in the paper.
How big are you looking?
As big as the other one?
Is that gonna be big enough or?
Well, it fits the wall. And then,
Oh, gotcha.
you see what I'm saying? You can't go any bigger than that.
And you said Lafayette, we can't, what about our local contractors?
But we're gonna be looking at them too.
Okay.
It's just that, yeah, I don't know, Dave maybe, he likes cabinets, but I don't know. I haven't asked him, he's pretty busy. But we will get it out and get some people, to bid on that, once we get the word out, I'm sure. There'll be more free coming in.
Well, let's
Yes.
look at it when you're done,
Okay,
or order done, I should say.
Yeah.
I know you guys that build cabinets.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
That is great.
At
Good.
least-
Less for us
They
to
give
do.
you more bidders, you know.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Julie's gonna get some more mannequins from Dick's and Lafayette to put more people up in the hallway. So that's awesome, because I got some uniforms I don't have on people in there. Or dummies, mannequins. We're gonna look at, anyway, different companies, to do that. I would like to request $15,000 in the amount to be allotted to the County Veterans Council to help with assistance with all the things that Julie will now cover for you in a minute. It would be great seed money, see what they did there, to get things in Newton County, honor guard, the council, the honor guard going. And with that, I will give it to her, because she has all that information and stuff to give you as well, so you can see what we're working with.
So, thank you for your time, and I have some bylaws we had to start with for the council, getting our council official together. So just if you guys wanted to each have a copy of the bylaws, and then I'll hand out some of the money, but just kind of get you an idea of what we're looking for on the honor guard for a proper honor guard. You can do it with less, but again, it's not a proper honor guard. So an honor guard burial detail is 14 people. So you have 7 rifles, 3 flags, a bugler, the captain, and the 2 that present it. So that being said, and then try to have 2 squads, because sometimes there's multiple funerals in a day, and a lot of these guys are 75 to 90 years old. Getting harder for them to do back-to-back funerals with all the time, marching in the cemetery and standing and waiting for the family, etc. And so you can't just necessarily have 14 people. Like when I had to call for Post 11 in Lafayette, we had 30 members on the squad. And you call everybody and you hope you get 14 or 15. Particularly like now, you got a lot of your members that are snowbirds, so there's some. Or, again, a lot of them are elderly. They might be in the hospital or rehab from a broken hip. So you can't just call 14. You need to have extra people, on hand to be able to get the amount. And God forbid, if we have more than 14 people show up, then that's fantastic, because that just shows the support for the family and our fallen comrades, and then they can just fall into place behind the rifles. If we happen to have 2 extra, it's also cool. You've got the chrome rifles and place each one on the sides of the 3 flags. The 3 flags are supposed to be the American flag, the POWMA flag, and the branch flag. And I found out that they haven't been using a branch flag. They've been just using either the Legion flag or the AMVET flag, because we don't have branch flags for whatever branch the fallen veteran was in, have that branch flag. So, I know this might be sticker shock, but here's the uniforms. So I've been doing some research, and then also like the flags. A lot of times when you get stuff from, we have a Legion catalog called Envelope Sales, and that's kind of where you can get your uniforms.
That's where we get the flags for the cemeteries.
Yeah, that's where we're getting the flags. Right now, I've been doing a lot of shopping and trying to get the best price. You can see like the shirt's $33. The shirt in the Envelope Sales is $80. So believe it or not, I know the numbers might seem high. And then like the formal dress jackets through the Legion vary from $200 to $300. Again, we have a simplified version there with, I think it's like $54. And that would include engraving to put Benton County Honor Guard on the chest. So the members will be responsible for black slacks, shoes, and socks, and then we'll have the white shirt, black jacket, black tie, black winter hat, white ceremonial gloves you see when the honor guard is firing. Yeah, the web belt that they have. So like I said, as the purpose of the council is we're trying to unite the 6 posts in the county And so it's almost been, an omen, e pluribus unum, out of many one. So that's why I have to get that stone and put it over by the cannon. By combining the 6 post honor guard, because like Earl Park only has 2 honor guard members, so they have to work with the others. And they kind of been doing some of it on their own. This will help make it a little bit more organized, because trying to blend everybody, it's kind of been like Otterman and then everybody else. So we're trying to blend everybody together. Once we get the uniforms in, we'll roll out the protocol on how the honor guard will go. So some of the hesitancy from the honor guard people is that, if it's an Otterman member that passed, then they feel like now that we're just one honor guard, not the Otterman honor guard, that they might be losing control. Well, wherever the deceased would be from, we'll let them be primary, but again, it's just we're gonna roll out as one team. And if they happen to have enough to be all 14 and everybody else is extra, is fine. But the thing is, if they only have 8 that are able to show up, then the other 6 from our team will help, so we have proper, instead of, we just learned to kind of do without. You can do it as low as 3, and that's embarrassing. I would never want to do that. So our standard rolling forward would always be having 14 people in the honor guard show up, and if there are more people that are available, then they will fall in behind the rifles. And to me, that would just show the family, look at the support, look how many people made it. So again, that was another thing. People thought they were going to be getting cut from the honor guard. Oh, they won't need us, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not trying to cut anybody. We've got gentlemen that have been doing this 25, 30, 50 years. So, and then, definitely don't want to dismiss them. Like I said, talking to them, and they're like, oh, this is how we do it. Oh, no, we don't do that. So there's gonna be a little bit trying to train old dog new tricks. Like I found out, Otterman been shooting 14 rifles. You can't do that. It's 7 rifles, 3 volleys, that's the 21. So there'll be a little bit of procedural changes and practice, get the fellows to go along with that. But, we'll have the new uniform, have proper rollout, proper procedures, look really sharp
for that, so.
Yeah, and luckily, Bob Resner, who I think everybody knows, was a Marine, and actually one of his duties in service, he was the NCO in charge of the West Coast Burial Detail. So he has been a plethora of just information without having to look it up. He can just tell you right on the spot, this is what we have to do. So he's on a cruise right now, but when he gets back, he'll help us roll out what we need to do to get the honor guard kind of ship shape. And as you're looking at that, I don't know if you have any questions for me or.
So to take care of everything was 7,000.
Yeah.
Did you get any idea of what the cost of the banners and stuff for the Hometown Heroes, that part's gonna be yet?
Not yet. That was kind of separate. This was for honor guard. I don't know. We weren't gonna pay for it. I don't know if we have that much money. Do we get that much money that we're paying for veterans? My understanding, we're gonna kind of brainstorm after this on how we were gonna roll that out. Do we just shoot out the information and then everybody on their own fill it out? But then, some of the, and then, like the ladies at Card Club, you've got Mert and Shirley and Janet. They're probably not on Facebook and don't know how to scan the photo in to send it in and make an order.
You're gonna have to do it if it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
Well, if we do it, we can do it by bulk and then we can get them cheap.
And then, so that was kind of, I think would be cover the hassle if we had them send us the money and the picture, and she's got the computer with enough BSI or whatever that we can properly scan it. They send us the money and we scan it, and then that way they don't have to worry about trying to figure it out. And
So the kind of cost you're looking at doing that way, so we got an idea.
well, I was hoping, the families are gonna do it. I wasn't.
Yeah, that's fine, but like he said,
I think the only thing really would probably need help with, maybe, is if there is not enough, brackets.
Yeah.
Because I think the family can take care of the banner, no problem. That's it's less than 100, it's like 70 something or 80.
Yeah.
Because it's two-sided dice. And I've talked to almost every one of the town councils.
Because here's
council people.
And so I made this, you can see pictures of the uniforms and stuff, and those are the banners that I like best out of the research that I've been doing. I think it had the best looking flag.
Is there any place that, like, so if you don't have a picture, is there any place that you can go?
You can flip the rest of those, just so
I'm
you can
looking
see
at all
what
my
we're
stuff,
doing.
cause I have some pictures of older people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some.
Well, it'd be
when they're in
nice if,
uniform. So.
you know, family would donate, but then I'd also like to maybe the people that don't have family, like them to be represented somehow too, if we know who they are.
And that could be something within our funds, if we get what we can.
Yeah.
Then we can help do that and then look for donations at some point, but that would help cover some of those, that they don't have families anymore.
And have you been to the towns? Yeah.
I've
She's
called,
been calling.
Oswald has no posts.
Were they
Because
they
NIPSCO
were the
said
lampposts and
you-
everything.
Because they said, NIPSCO said you can't put nothing on our poles, period. And I'm like, well, everybody else does. But, you know, and so they have nothing, I don't know how we can do that unless they pick a town to put them
Well,
in.
maybe the town's gotta be a little bit responsible for that,
Yeah.
to figure it out.
And then, hey, if you wanna share, if you guys wanna take a peek, we also need to find, I didn't realize how many there's like 8 different sizes of banners. So I think
Yeah.
Fowler size banners that we have are a little bit different than Otterman size banners. So we also have to take that into consideration when we're ordering it. So like I said, we kinda have to figure out,
And it's the same bracket for either one, or is that
No.
different too?
no.
Different bracket. See, Otterman has all theirs that are like 18 by 36 or
Yeah,
16
by 45.
16 by 45, and they have them all in their square. So that's gonna be only so many that they have. If we're gonna do it more than that, then we'll have to talk to the council and the town and stuff to see if we can, spread it out
Possible
more.
we could do something at their park there.
Possibly, yeah. I told them that, we'd have to think about what we could do to get them in there. Earl Park has stuff on poles because they do their Christmas stuff up. Fowler does, we have a lot here already.
And like I said, so primarily I didn't bring too much information on that, thinking we were trying to do the honor guard stuff. We were gonna do more meeting after this with the hometown hero banners, and we can come back with more direction on the costs and what we're figuring out how we're gonna roll it out. And particularly this year being the 250th anniversary, we'd love, once we get them, have them up all year. I mean, at least through Veterans Day, so.
Until it's time to put Christmas up.
Yeah.
And then put them up every time we don't have any other stuff to put up.
Yeah.
Because that'll.
And people don't necessarily have to have a formal picture. I think like the examples in there were like the ones when we take, if you're your blues or whatever. It doesn't, they can just still be in their camis or something, and hanging out with their friends. And I guess they still don't have to be in uniform, but it doesn't have to necessarily be a formal.
We'll try for uniform.
Yeah, whatever they can find.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in the 80s, we didn't have cell phones, so we weren't snapping every moment of our lives.
Right.
I don't have that many pictures except for my formal, in my skirt. I'm not putting that out in public.
Yeah. I zero.
Yeah.
I'm all for,
Yeah, I wanna do it right.
Okay,
There's
Yeah.
awesome.
no question about
yeah,
that.
I'd rather people came in and go, wow,
Yeah.
Okay,
they
Exactly,
really
that's
did
what
it,
we're kind of
as
going
opposed
for.
to, that was nice.
right,
No
okay.
argument for me.
And
Wouldn't be
thinking-
here if it wasn't for the ones that serve
Speaking
for us.
of doing it right,
Oh, now you're moving
stones
this-
out front.
Wait,
No, the stones out front,
It's there?
the 6 that are not
He
in
hasn't
order.
done it yet. Yeah, you talked to him about getting them.
Yes,
in
and it's
order.
gonna be $785 more to put them all where they go.
Right. Yeah, you said
So I
that.
figured that's not bad. I sent it to you, but I wanted everybody, that's not bad.
They weren't placed right when they were set.
The
They-
Eefler
they-
Bazoom was
they
first
read
and
another
Army
one, so
should
we
be able
just
to,
gotta
they'll gotta be pretty
No,
much shifted
no,
around.
in time
Yeah.
of when that.
Of when the Army was
first.
that
yeah.
branch was born.
So they have, and that's the way the
Not
flags
set
have to
right.
be, so the stones
So
should
we
be.
gotta
able to-
move those
Well,
in order.
I don't
of
wanna
birth
half-ass
date.
any of this, so.
That's right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Nice.
But
re-epoxy.
785
Oh,
is not
they're
bad.
epoxy.
Yeah,
We might
they,
have
no,
a
they're
Nazi
epoxies,
meeting
they got
here.
peeled up, they got.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
True.
Well,
That's true.
So this is very
is that all
exciting.
lit up?
All the fellas didn't
I
think
mean, I would really love
we'd
to
get
have our
support
place
from you
lit.
guys.
I don't
And I
know,
said,
is
no,
that-
I think they're
is that lit
behind
up?
us.
They have lights out there.
There's lights out there.
Yeah, they have lights out there.
Yeah, whatever we can do to make it look, like I said, I'd like people to drive through the town and go, wow, that's
Fantastic.
cool.
Yeah. cause then, all the flags will be in order, and then, cause a lot of the veterans, they know
Oh,
they're
yeah.
supposed to be in order.
Yeah, you're looking at
Yeah.
that's out.
Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them.
Civilians might not, yeah, all the veterans go
Yeah.
through, that's the first thing you look when you go to post.
And it'll make.
Yeah, the three of
That
us
makes
got
sense.
schooled last Memorial Day, standing there on the sidewalk for the ceremony
Okay,
by a long-standing veteran.
okay.
He probably knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knew very
Oh,
well.
yeah, yeah. One of the first to tell you.
He did, and I'm glad he
Also-
did.
Also for that atrium thing, I got something from Shug Awards. They have a one-time $15 setup fee for the little nameplates.
Mm.
Okay, great.
And then they have also a color field charge of $1 each. And they do bulk of over 25, 75, and that's just for the color. But they gave me I'll send it forward to all of you what their price things are for because I had that donation thing that has like 3,000 in it. It'll start doing all the names for everybody, and then I can have a lot of them ready for when we get the new cabinet. And then we can just start filling it. So that'd be nice, because a lot of people actually come to my office and say, hey, I don't see my
Yeah,
grandpa's
I
name
actually
up there,
want
or I
this
don't
missing.
have, and this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to get that going. The first guy I talked to just didn't call back anymore, and I was like, well, I guess you're out of money then. Because I was gonna go there, but no. So we're looking at this one, and I don't know, I mean, I might be able to find another one, but just need to do a good job.
You guys in agreement then to put that
Absolutely.
money over, and then we'll see, just budget off that first, that what we're gonna give, and then let's see where we're at once you get everything set up and, see where we stand.
That was kind of two different things, but yeah.
Because how many flags?
Yeah,
do
because
they
mine's
have out
the
there?
signs and,
There should be, there's.
How many flagpoles do we have out
6.
there?
6, yeah.
well, 6
I
for the
just seen
services,
some-
but then we have our 3 flags that are in there.
Are we gonna have a 250th anniversary flag? I
We
just
can-
seen,
we
You
can.
can?
Yeah,
Why not? Yeah, I'd say we find one.
yeah.
well, this last week, for whatever reason on my phone, has just been every other thing on Facebook, and they've got some really cool looking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
You find
Because,
that, I'll buy that for you.
okay. Because I was gonna look for some banners to go on the float when we have the 4th of July parade, and, yeah. So a flag would be awesome.
would be great.
And I
I'll make a
appreciate-
motion to approve this.
I'll second that.
Of the 15,000.
That's what Rita threw out.
So is the 15,000 take care of?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
that
name
gives you-
tapes and stuff like that is my separate donation, but I've got like $3,000 in
So
there
that'll
to
get
start
them
that.
to
so we're
start,
good.
right, so that they've
Yeah.
got money to work with on what we've just
Yeah.
discussed, and
replacing ammo and stuff like that, so. I appreciate all your support.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate
We'll-
you
we'll
Make
two.
it look good. Oh, and you thought I was a go-getter?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. See, enough said. So now we're doing it together. So,
Okay, do it right, I like it.
Awesome,
thank you
appreciate
very
it,
much.
thank you.
thank you, have a great day.
You too.
Alright, the drainage board meeting will be quick. I'll make a motion to close the commissioners meeting at 9:39 so we can open the drainage board meeting. I don't even know if we'll have to go anywhere, should we find enough seats, I think we're just doing minutes, aren't we, approving them?
I sent you guys a message about, asked about the place in Boswell, for, veterans over there. Our building, Taj Mahal, they're wanting to rent that, and they're wondering.
Oh, yeah,
if
I
we
was
would
good
donate
with
that.
it. Yeah, no, I thought I answered that.
Well, I think you just said we ought to get it finished. That's first.
Correct, sir. That is a mistake.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I was, anyway.
It might be part of our problem.
Oh, it was, yeah. And why is it going through that much propane? If it was foamed and everything, that place ought to be tight as hell.
The doors are, I'd say the majority of it, but there's no sense in leaving that thing up that high either.
No.
Alright,
Make a motion to open the drainage board.
second. Floor is yours, Sam?
I have the minutes from January 21st, you guys to review.
I looked through these last night. I'll make a motion to approve. Second that.
All in favor?
And then Dave had a sheet on the back there that has just the right of ways for the ditches that he wants.
That's
For future.
drainage law, I just thought you guys may wanna keep it for after
I wanna keep it
75 feet.
Oh, yeah, it's down over.
The 75 feet, Dave, is that from center out?
Top
Okay,
of the
that's
bank.
total, so it's,
Yeah, top of the bank.
It has a provision there in the back though that it can be negotiated, you know, for like 25 feet. Depends on, you know, how you want it interpreted.
That's all I have.
you guys haven't had any pushback from the trees getting taken out, all that's good?
Nope, I think we're good.
Mike called me yesterday about that, putting that pipe in. I told him to get hold of Nick. 'Cause,
Oh, the one that 200.
out there at 200 and 200. He just wanted to know about, you know, how far down they were gonna set it and stuff. I said, just talk to Nick, cause I know I spoke to him about that, and I think there's a concrete underneath it or something.
There's a
So-
poured concrete floor under there, a spillway basically, and then, yeah. We talked about it when Mike was here this morning, figure out how we're gonna proceed with it.
That it? I'll make a motion to close the drainage board.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank
We
you
can
both.
do that every time.
I'll make a motion to open the commissioners meeting back up at 9:43. Sean, are you here to do the claim for okay, we can go ahead and get you taken care of. How are you today?
I'm good, what are you guys?
Good.
Do you have one where the contractor signed it? Cause I don't have that.
No, I assume that's that Dave had sent you one of those.
This is the one Dave sent.
I will get you on the date sign. Yeah. Because this is what the contractor actually sends Dave, and then Dave fills out that
Well,
one.
I thought Amy had been signing as the
Yeah,
contractor.
they
She
have.
was, yeah.
He has to send it back to Amy
Gotcha,
to
okay.
get it signed,
Alright,
so.
well, I'll have them sign this one and then send it back to them and say,
Yeah.
hey, I need Amy to sign.
And you still have this. Okay. So we'll just need to wrap up the, email back to me.
I mean, I haven't
Right.
paid this out or anything.
Okay, perfect, perfect. This is the third pay app. It is for $80,000. We're gonna be paying $78,300, because we're going to be holding retainage. We have a little bit of a snafu with retainage and what Beth paid out because Amy called her and said, no, we need to pay all of this. And Beth paid it because this is what Amy said to pay, and Amy took retainage and all. So Beth and I have talked and we're getting all of that corrected, so it won't be an
So you
issue.
talked to Amy about that?
I'm going to talk to Amy about
Was
that.
that not
Yeah.
broke out in the beginning, so we
It was, but Amy just,
She sent me an email and
Got
asked
ahead of
where her
herself.
check was, cause it was at the first of the year. And we quit doing pay once it was at the beginning of December to close out our books.
right.
She sent me an email and asked me where her check was. And it was for the full amount.
Okay.
And so that's where I was like, okay, maybe this is.
So you just need it on the next check, you just need to
It just needs to be deducted,
get
yes.
it squared up.
And so, yeah, so Beth and I have covered it, so I'll cover it back with Amy, in fact, I'll cover it when I talk to her about getting that signed. But the, CDBG funds are gonna come out, 78.3, and then, like I said, we'll put that other, so that's it, so we just need to have you guys
Well,
approve.
you said yesterday, we've already been getting
Yes, we got the,
returns on
Reimbursement, yeah.
reimbursement to back to the county.
Yep.
Okay.
And she'll send me the.
For the Oxford deal?
Yeah,
She'll send me
the school, not,
the school.
not the water.
Not but it is in accounting, Emily did tell me that it is in accounting, so it should pay out within 2 weeks.
Were they still
On that
saying the
PA.
government shutdown was what was holding it up,
That's what they
or?
were telling us.
Cause I mean, we fulfilled our. end of the-
Yeah, it's not on Oxford, it's not on you, it's on EPA. So, yeah. But I do know that it is in accounting, so it should be within 2 weeks.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve this pay period for number 3 for 78,300.
Second.
All in favor?
And this one gets reimbursed pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what she was telling us yesterday, so you want this one?
And he also said that all right now is hard ground,
Yeah, they were just frozen. But he's about, I mean,
it's about done.
yeah, he's moved right through it. He's done a good
Yeah.
job. It's been kept a clean work site.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Good
good.
job that way,
Yes.
so. Any questions for me? Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right,
Thank you.
okay, thanks.
Thanks for coming today.
You're welcome.
What's a minute? Dang it.
Sorry. Should've wrote it down, it's somebody's name.
Like in attendance?
No.
You weren't even here for this meeting, you're gonna tell me that.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
This guy's attention to detail.
Well, you need to tell me that. You wanna look at it?
Yeah. Let's move on, though.
Okay, pay it once.
Make a motion to accept pay at once.
Second.
Payroll.
Make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Monthly claims.
Motion to accept monthly claims.
Second.
Need a voice recording for this stuff.
I was looking for my minutes, but
Sorry, so.
No, you're
good
fine.
job.
I just. So I have Fowler Senior Center's, sharing contract. They sent in their financials.
No, didn't we already, we
Not
haven't approved
theirs,
that one
no.
for, okay. Take that money out, she's not there anymore.
So all this is just the 5,000 that we're saying that we.
Yeah, that we do every year for them and for the food pantry.
I'll make a motion to approve the 5,000 for the senior citizens.
Second.
Aye.
And then I have, a few conflict of interest forms from employees that I need you guys to sign on the last, second page. There's 3 lines, just pick a line and sign next to the word commissioner. Phil, don't sign your wives. Did you find it or no?
Now I got tired of looking. I'll make a motion to approve that. Maybe it was the training board one, I can't remember, I'll write it down next time. It was just a name that was said twice or something.
No. Can I get a second for a minute?
Yep, second. And did you say that you would look at my past one and make sure I didn't omit something? I don't think it's in.
Yeah, I'll look at them and then you guys can sign them next meeting.
And then as things happen and we need to add to it, I just come in and if I start working with somebody different, I just come tell you.
You can, I think it would just be, since we do it annually, you'll just put it on the next year's. That makes sense?
Yeah, but I wonder.
I can ask our person in charge.
I mean, right now, there's no need, but there could come a time that there would be, and I'd be better if I was proactive on that than.
What?
Nothing.
He's got your postage. State board of accounts, John. They're doing our audit. Austin.
La La Land. Does anybody know, is Angie still taking care of our people down there at the?
I believe so, because when you look through the monthly claims, they're,
Deputies on there?
well, what's all those? Yeah, why do we have so many on her from
The jail or.
the jail? Okay.
What else you want on there?
I'll look at yours, what you put on there last year. It's basically asking what kind, like the back is saying, asking you your financial interest of your business.
You want this back?
You can keep it, I have it in an email that he sent it to me, and I can just forward it to him and say, hey, can you do this?
How are you?
You good? Actually, I'm coaching Brian, he's gonna help us in Pulaski County write our data set our ordinance, so.
Well, that's good, because we're gonna be doing that here.
Yeah, Phil and I were talking about that yesterday.
We done? Make a motion to close the commissioners meeting?
Second. Did you get any information from what LaPorte has put together? So you've got that, yeah.
Yep, I've got that.
So one thing that, when we were looking at some of that stuff,